I'm gonna go talk to Danielle because, my next, not episode, obviously, but, like, the next time I play this game, I'm gonna have, like, a bad side to me that seduces every single fucking guy, and, one who's a bitch to everyone except for Edie and Mrs. Davenport, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get all the information right now, so that I won't have to get all the information later. Does that make sense? I hope it does.
What are you doing here? What do you want?
God damn it. Obviously you inherited the same fucking stupid attitude that you did from your mother. How are you holding up with this whole flyer issue? I just wanted to see how you're doing. I heard about the flyers. I'm really sorry, Danielle.
Sorry isn't cutting it. What I need is someone to stop whoever's doing this.
Stop fucking showing your tits on the goddamn internet then, you whore! Okay, so I shouldn't have said that, only because, like, everyone's young and everyone makes mistakes and it's completely understandable. And, like, I know my parents and other people's parents have warned us from an early age, like, don't put anything up on the internet because it stays up there forever and it doesn't really hit you until you're an adult. So I shouldn't have said that. That was me again, as stated from my first little disclaimer earlier on, like in the first video. I curse as well as I say shit, and yeah, I don't really exactly mean every single thing that I say because I can be pretty vulgar at times, but at the same time I do try to like spurt a little like tidbits of knowledge and hopefulness, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I was attempting to sound like Christopher Walken just now. I hope I wasn't, because that was a really poor attempt at Christopher Walken. Do you have any thoughts on who would send out these flyers? Well, first we have to figure out who would want to spread rumors about you. Do you have any ideas? Actually, I had a few questions for you about those flyers, Danielle.
What? You want to know how to get one with your name printed on it? I've heard stories about you, you know.
What? What stories have you heard? Well, first we have to figure out who would want to spread rumors about you. Do you have any ideas? Do you have any thoughts onto who would send out these flyers? These are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I have a strong suspicion. It was Julie Mayer.
So she doesn't even suspect my son, first off. That doesn't sound like the Julie I know. I can't imagine why she would act like that, can you? Who's playing piano? The piano's right here. No one's using it. Why would she try to destroy you like this? What does she have against you?
Like I know what's going on in that little nerdy brain of hers. She's probably still pissed that your son stood her up, for me.
So my son didn't help her out with her project. You don't think my son did this? You really think Julie did this? Wait, your mother is blaming my son. Why aren't you?
Look, your son may be a little weird, but it's not his style. For one thing, he never got anywhere with me. My mom made sure of that.
But not her.
And for another thing, Julie has already been calling people at school, starting a rumor saying I'm easy.
Come on, Danielle. What would have happened between you two if your mom didn't stop you? We all know the truth. Oh, God. Why are you still upset with my son? That's all I need to know. Thanks. I want to know why she's upset.
He should be defending me. He hasn't said or done anything to tell people it wasn't me.
Hi, Sammy. Go get off. Thank you. Heaven forbid he actually tried to defend himself from your own mother, I might add. Well, maybe he's a little bit too busy trying to defend his own reputation from half the neighborhood. Well, maybe if the rumor wasn't so close to the truth, you'd have some ammunition to defend yourself. No, I'll go with this.
All I'm saying is that if he'd defend me, then everyone would know he was innocent.
Perhaps if there weren't so much truth to the lie, you wouldn't need anyone to defend you. You know what, Danielle? You're a selfish, naive little brat. You know what? This is getting me nowhere. Goodbye. Okay, so now what now? Talk to Davenport and then Julie. So let's talk to Julie. This is so terrible. Like, I know it's right across the street, but I didn't want to. Like, I wanted to teleport. I don't know. I had the best neighborhood childhood experience ever. All of the people, like, all the kids in the neighborhood were such good friends. I can't imagine anyone spreading rumors about, like, oh, she was easy. But then again, I wasn't really, like, around too much when I was in junior high when these probably would have started. So...
Oh, it's you. What do you want?
What the fuck? Now, Julie, too, I have been nothing but nice to you. I found out what your favorite band is, you stupid whore. You know what? I bet you did do it. You're framing my son, you horrible, terrible person. I'll be straight with you, Julie. I know for a fact my son didn't put up these flyers about Danielle. I also know the handwriting on it is a girl's. You might want to lose the attitude, Julie. I'm your elder and deserve some respect. I kind of feel like I should put that. Julie, what's wrong? What's with all this sudden hostility? What are you so angry about? I feel like this should be it, because as much as, like, I'm all for, like, a kid's, like, learning about their experiences and trying new things, like, I'm sorry, but no, like, even though, like, adults are pretty shitty at times, like, depending on who the adult is and what their, like, perspective on life is, if they're a bitch, then, like, they deserve, like, then they deserve to be treated kind of poorly, maybe. But all that, like, a child, like, needs to treat an elder with respect, even if they're being a terrible bitch. Unless they're, like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Let's just click this.
I wouldn't have attitude, except for your son.
Granted, my son may not be an angel, but why take it out on me? I don't understand. What did Nick Carter do to you? I can't handle any more of this teen melodrama. Everything is so intense when you're in high school.
Because you're his mom. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
That's it!
And now, because he was stupid enough to paste those flyers all around town, Danielle is convinced that I did it.
Okay.
So she got so pissed at me, she decided to spread rumors all over school that I'm some kind of psychotic slut.
No one would even have anything to do with you, Julie. Fuck you.
You should have seen what she spray painted on my locker. It was so gross. Then again, that cute senior Billy sat next to me at lunch. Maybe all won't be lost.
Well, you're obviously Susan's daughter. Funny you should say, since my son says the same thing. So you know exactly how my son feels then. What a coincidence. It's almost word for word what my son said.
Wait, he didn't do it?
My son definitely would never do it. I'm just not sure who did. Of course not. I raised him better than that. Did you look at the flyer? It looks like a girl's handwriting, doesn't it?
What? Are you accusing me now?
God damn it, Julie. Yes, actually. Actually, I don't really know. I mean, you certainly had a motive. The thought has crossed my mind. Oh, this is a little bit more friendly.
Well, for your information, I'm innocent. And if you think I would actually be capable of something like that, then I'm done talking with you.
Things have gotten so traumatic so fast. If you're so convinced of your innocence, just write Danielle is easy on a piece of paper so I can compare it to the flyer. I'm sorry, Julie. I didn't mean to offend. There was actually something else I wanted to talk to you about. Would you mind putting that in writing? Just write, I do not think Danielle is easy, and sign it. Let's put this.
Oh, really? Is there another subject you'd like to harass me about?
Actually, I'm collecting statements for everyone about Danielle Fox. What? What? About Danielle Fox? What the fuck are you talking about? I want to put together a book of how the residents of Wisteria Lane were affected by Daniel's life. Each person will write something in their own handwriting, so the book will have a real personal touch. I'm sorry, you guys.
I really didn't know Mr. Fox all that well. I wouldn't know what to write.
Don't worry, sweetie. I'll dictate. You just write it down with your cute little circles over the eyes and little hearts for periods. Oh, God. That's okay. I can help you figure out what to write. It's just important that everyone on Wisteria Lane has a page. The message itself doesn't mean so much. The act of writing something down is really what is important.
That doesn't make sense. Shouldn't this be like a personal message or something?
I think the fact that you're willing to write any message is personal enough gesture. Of course, but sometimes it's hard to put in your feelings to words. I can help you out with that. Of course, sweetie. It can still be personal. I'll help you think of something if it gets done. Holy shit, I'm really getting drunk. I'm so sorry.
Sounds a little weird to me. But, okay. What should I write?
I'd start with something like, Daniel led a fashion show that brought the whole neighborhood together. Then say something like, the neighborhood is a darker place without him. Then you can conclude with something like, it will not be easy to go on without Daniel Fox. You know, how can I really don't understand how my character can be so stupid at times, but then so fucking smart at others, so I don't buy it, whatever.
Wow. I didn't realize you cared about Daniel so much. It's so sweet of you to do this in his memory.
I'll feel so bad if she actually did that. I kind of hope my son did it.
Here's my message to add to your book.
Thank you very much, Julie. You have no idea how much I appreciate your help. Apparently I need to go to Pet Cemetery, aka ETTA. Oh no, now what? I'm getting really drunk. This is a bad thing. Like, I haven't gotten drunk in a while. I've tried, but, like, it hasn't really worked out. Except for today. Apparently, today is a great day to get drunk. When I'm writing, like, personal messages. When I, like, end up pouring out my love secrets to some person.
What now?
Well, start out your conversation like that. Mike said he saw you tearing down some posters earlier, the same ones that have Daniela's Easy written on the back. A lot of strange things have been happening lately relating to you. I have a few questions only you can answer. I think you're hiding something.
What are you talking about?
I found this dog tag in your garden earlier today. First, there's that room of poison in your house. Mike Delfino said you seem to get crazy whenever animals are around anywhere near your garden. I know I'm completely messed that out, but it's okay.
Oh, come on. I already explained to you that I need that much poison to get rid of all the pests in my garden. There are some alarmingly large ones in the area.
When you mean large pests, are you referring to people's pets? Mike Delfino has been watching how you eye Bongo and other neighborhood animals. Large pests, like a dog, perhaps even the dog that had this tag around his neck?
Where did you find that?
In the same little garden that you were so quick to defend from neighborhood animals. Neighborhood animals, sorry.
I don't like your tone. Just, what are you getting at?
I don't know. Your dog got killed by large rats and you buried him in your front yard and then honored him with a beautiful garden. Wait, your dog got killed by large rats and you buried him in your front yard and this is stupid. You kill animals using rat poison and then bury them under your garden. It's just a series of ridiculous coincidences that don't mean anything whatsoever.
Well, I could protest, but why bother? You got me. Those pesky animals make a wonderful fertilizer, by the way.
Oh my god, I can't handle this. So you admit it? Wow, that was just a wild guess. Etta, how could you? That's beyond awful. I knew you were mean and petty, but I had no idea you were evil.
So, what now? You found out my big, dark secret. What are you going to do about it?
Tell me why you did it, then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with you. I'm going to turn you into the police. You have to pay for your crimes. The real question is, what are you going to do to stop me from reporting this? I was a blackmailer.
You want some hush money? I'm having enough trouble paying my mortgage. Rod didn't leave me with much after all.
I want to feel sorry for her, but I can't.
So, I suppose my fate is entirely in your hands.
I'm going to turn you into the police. You have to pay for your crimes. Tell me why you did it, then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with you. I'm interested.
It was all my husband's fault.
What? How did your husband force you to slaughter animals? What do you mean? Save it, Etta. You've been a widow for years. She hasn't been a widow! We've already discussed this a long-ass time ago.
Well, he didn't literally force me to do it, but it's complicated, so let me explain. Rod was the love of my life. Unfortunately, I wasn't the love of his. He had this dog, Sparky, and he spent all of his time with him.
It's wonderful he had a pet that he cared so much about. What do you have against dogs?
To be honest, it was embarrassing how he fawned over that mutt. Well, since Rod never gave me any attention, I had no choice but to take up a hobby. So I took up gardening. Ugh, but that little bastard Sparky. He would always dig up whatever I had just planted. Strawberries, carrots, lilies, it didn't matter.
Well, dogs are dogs. Why didn't Rod keep him on a leash? Tell me, Mrs. Davenport, how is your husband having a dog he loved turn you into a vicious killer?
Well, instead of punishing his little mutt for his little forays into my garden, Rod would encourage it. So one day, I decided to teach that mutt a lesson.
Oh, God.
I put a little rat poison near the rose garden. I didn't think it'd be enough to kill him. I was just trying to get him sick, so he wouldn't go near it anymore.
Oh, God. I'm so thinking it did more than just make him sick. And then what happened? How did your late husband take this?
Of course, Rod didn't know I had accidentally killed Sparky. I wasn't sure what to do with the body, so I buried it in my garden.
Oh, God.
Once Rod noticed Sparky was gone, I planted the seed, so to speak, that the dog had run off. Rod was depressed for weeks. I think he thought I might have done something because he was very standoffish. Shortly after that, Rod left me for that other woman. From that point on, my garden is all I have left.
So sad. I feel kind of sorry for her now.
Only the next time an animal tried to ruin my garden, I was ready.
And now I don't feel sorry for her. And you just kept on killing any animal that came near your front yard? It never occurred to you that you were being psychotic. Why didn't you stop?
Look, I know I wasn't being rational, but my garden was all I had left.
I feel really bad for her.
And it was so easy to get rid of them. Another lost pet. Big deal. No one takes any notice. Then I decided to move on to preemptive strikes.
But her garden is like their animal. Does that make sense? Like, their animals are just important to them as her garden is to her.
If an animal looked at my garden funny, he was a goner. And they made such great fertilizer, too.
Oh.
My garden has never looked better.
There's more to life than just gardening, Mrs. Davenport. You poor, pathetic woman. Do you know how many hearts you've broken by depriving people of their pets? Mrs. Davenport, you have to stop. I won't let you continue to do this.
Oh, I know it's wrong, but I'm so good at it now.
Oh, God.
Besides, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
I really wish I didn't play this. It's in your best interest to try ETTA. It's only a matter of time before ASPCA catches you. That's BS. You're never too old to change. You just have to want to. You're probably right. You're far too old and set in your ways to change. Fuck you.
You know what? I'm going to change just to prove you wrong.
Oh my God, this is like Hungarian's strategy.
If you could find it in your heart to keep the secret between the two of us, I would be forever in your debt.
If you throw away all your poison, I might. Of course, Etta, your secret's safer with me. Well, alright, but if I even hear one more missing dog, I'm going straight to police.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, this is Hungarian strategy right here. I'm going postal. I have to go to postman? Fuck, he's already gone. This sucks. Oh, I want the chili. This is Hungarian strategy though, and I'm not even kidding. Whenever I was like having trouble with something, whether it would be coloring or something like remotely close to that at my age, then I would complain about it, right? Because, like, I guess kids do that. They're like, oh, I can't do it. And what Hungarians do, and what my grandfather did, was say, you probably couldn't do it anyways. And that's supposed to, like, motivate the kid. That's supposed to, no, what are you doing in the garden? That's that's supposed to be like, no, you know what, just because you said I can't do it, that I'm just gonna prove to you that I can do it. And, that's kind of what just happened here, which just proves that, like, that kind of mentality is kind of true, actually. How, like, if I told Etta, like, fine, whatever, you're gonna fail anyways, she's just like, you know what, I'm gonna prove to you that I can't fail, and that's, like, the Hungarian method. And what's funny is I talked to my mom about this, and, what I told her about, I was like, well, what if you had some sensitive kid in there who's just like, ugh, Mom and Dad and Grandpa are probably right. If they say I can't do it, I probably can't. Like, I'm just gonna give up. And what my mom said to that was, well then, they were right. Like, you can do it.
Welcome to your garden,
Oh,
your
shit.
own little plant.
Sorry, my phone's in the way. I don't really know what I'm doing. There we go. So, it's weird psychology that is actually pretty, like, accurate. And, like, I'm not gonna, like, go against the whole, like, no, like, encourage your kids to be the best that they can be and all that shit. But, like, at the same time, like, different cultures, like, they do have different takes on it, and some of them are pretty, like, either hysterical, and most likely actually pretty right.